this, Eliza.
What is she saying?
Don't do this.
Oh, God, it's not even human.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Sunday to everybody tuning in. Like to say appreciate it. If you haven't tuned in before, on Sundays I get into some movie news. Just give you a heads up on some stories that you might want to check out. All right, let's get right into this. So with the Oscars being tonight, I thought I would give you my predictions and, just thoughts on some of the pictures this year and who I thought should win Best Picture. If you tuned in before, it's on the channel. I have a playlist of all the movies that are nominated this year for Best Picture. I have a review on all of them in case you want to check them out and see which ones are worth your time. This year we had a lot of great acting. Every movie that I watched this year from the Oscars had great acting. Dunkirk probably was the grittiest and most realistic. Darkest Hour probably had the best acting overall from Gary Oldman. Sally Hawkins in Shape of Water, that was a great movie. Call Me By Your Name took me by surprise and just completely blew me away. Armie Hammer and Timothée Chalamet did a great job in that movie. I can just go on and on. I ain't gonna review every movie. You can check out the playlist. But without no more time wasted, the two best movies I felt of all the movies this year was one, Call Me By Your Name. This movie was just great. Like I say, Timothée Chalamet and Armie Hammer did a great job. If you haven't seen it, it's somewhat of a love story. So, just give me a warning going in. It takes place in countryside Italy. The scenery is beautiful. The lakes look good. The soundtrack was great. The acting, the supporting cast, everything about this movie worked. If you haven't seen it, just go ahead and read it and check it out. It is worth your time. But with all that being said, it's not the best movie of the year. The best movie that I feel nominated for the Oscar in 2018 is The Shape of Water, directed by Guillermo del Toro. What Sally Hawkins did in this movie was amazing. She did a whole movie and acted the whole movie without saying a word. I think that's some of the hardest acting you can do with body language and mannerisms. So a complete different level of acting she portrayed in this movie. The supporting cast work, the cinematography, the focus, how they had the camera a little bit out of focus, but it worked for this movie. I just loved everything about this movie, to be honest. It's sort of a love story mixed with sci-fi at the same time. So yeah, it's really out there, very creative. And I think Guillermo del Toro has a good chance to win the Oscar this year. He hasn't won one before, but I think this year probably is his best chance because The Shape of Water, in my opinion, is the best movie of the year, hands down. All right, next up, we had just a whole lot of news coming out of Disney Marvel. For all you comic book fans, they moved the release date from May 4th until April 27th. So yeah, they basically moved the release date of Avengers Infinity War up a week. So if you're waiting on that like me, then you can see it a week earlier. Hopefully they keep going and we get this damn thing up in March or something. But yeah, just a heads up, Avengers Infinity War release date has changed from May to April 27th. And also they released a little bit of promo art and it showed Thanos and his whole crew. So if you want to check that out online, I'll put the picture right here. But they had a few pictures of Thanos and his crew. All the villains from the movie are going to be in that picture. So yeah, you might want to check that out. And one last little bit of news from Disney Marvel. They actually released the dates for 6 more movies. These are additional movies that's coming out with the ones they already have scheduled. So they're going to start doing 4 movies a year. Kevin Feige, the president, he stated that a few weeks ago that they were going to start doing 4 movies a year for Disney Marvel. They haven't released the titles for these movies. That the 6 that they just announced. They just announced 3 dates in 2021 and 3 dates in 2022 that will start them on the 4 movies a year. So yeah, it's a few years away, but at the same time, the way these movies coming out back to back, a couple years ain't nothing. I go by fast. So yeah, coming up soon, we're going to start having 4 Marvel movies a year. I mean, who knows? With them buying the X-Men and the Fox franchise, that could be what they're adding on, some things from X-Men and Fantastic Four. So I'll keep you posted on any more news they release on that. But for right now, Marvel just released 6 more dates for movies that they're going to have released in 2021 and 2022. All right, rounding this week up, we got some box office news. Very good news for some and very bad news for others. Black Panther again is just breaking records. It's upwards around $850 million worldwide now, and that's pretty much has it fourth place on the all times list, behind The Force Awakens, Jurassic World, and Avengers. So yeah, it's in some very good company and just continues to break records. I mean, this weekend it made $70 million nearly, and that's in its third week. So yeah, shout out to all the actors and actresses who did that. Great job on the movie, and I guess the fans think the same. The next on the box office was The Red Sparrow. Wow, Jennifer Lawrence, this movie bombed, and I'm talking about bombed hard. It came out on Friday night, or Thursday night was the premiere, and Friday night was the release. It only made $1.5 million on Friday night. During this whole weekend, I think it's upwards of around 10 million. So you're talking about a $60 to $70 million budget, but you only brought back $10 million of that. So yeah, it's a big bomb. I do not think Jennifer Lawrence is a reason that people go to the movies. I think that if she's a co-star in a good movie, people will go see it, and she's in it. It doesn't change anything. So I don't think they need to be thinking about making any more major motion pictures with Jennifer Lawrence as your star, because she's shown you that she cannot carry a movie by herself. I think she lost a lot of her fans when she started talking crap on the X-Men and playing characters in comic book movies. Well, a lot of those comic book movies fans follow you when you do other movies. So when you start talking crap on comic book movies and how much you hate doing them, well, now we hate going to see your movies, and I think that reflected in the numbers that you got this weekend. Be respectful of your fans. We're the one that patronize your products. We understand all you people are millionaires and probably don't give a shit about us individually, but collectively, we are the ones that made you millionaires, and we make your movie successful. So yeah, I think it's just a little bit of karma catching up with Jennifer Lawrence for all the shit she talked about playing a comic book character in the X-Men and complaining about being a millionaire. So yeah, tough shit. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on a few news stories that's going on. Hopefully I informed you about something that you didn't know. That's the whole point of me doing this channel. If you want to check out any of the movies, I recommend Shape of Water. That's the movie I recommend for you from all the Oscar movies. I think you'll enjoy that no matter what kind of movies you like. But anyway, if you got anything to say about any stories that I had, anything you disagree with or agree with, let me know in the comment section. I'm always down for a good debate. But anyway, y'all, I'll catch your ass out there in the universe. Peace.